In the quest for Halloween haunts, there's no better place to begin than a historic house of horrors. The rotting remains of a maximum security prison. Opened in 1829, Eastern State was the first penitentiary designed to hold every inmate in solitary confinement, forcing them into reflection and repentance. For 142 years, this fortress housed incorrigibles like Al Capone, and many of them were driven to madness.
The dream for a haunted house designer is a building that's already creepy, already deteriorating and decrepit, and Eastern State Penitentiary is obviously that building. It's an incredibly creepy building when you go through it.
The building was abandoned for 30 years. And so it was totally untouched. So when we first came in here, it's like a lost world. You know, you open the drawers in the furniture and there's still pens and papers inside. It's incredibly eerie. We're talking about a building that's 178 years old, where 75,000 men and women spent their lives, sometimes dying here of natural causes, sometimes leaving to be executed. Just a lot of energy in this building. You know, people think Eastern State Penitentiary is haunted. So whether you believe in ghosts or not, you would have to agree that if they exist anywhere in the world, they would exist here. The building, after all, was designed to intimidate. That was its whole purpose.
As the first few customers arrive, they don't have to wait long for the show to begin. At Eastern State Penitentiary, the terrors come looking for you.
My job basically is to entertain the crowds while they're waiting to get into the haunt. The waits can be up to 2 hours. So if people want to be entertained while they're out there, normally they put their best actors outside in the front so they can entertain the crowd.
People bug out here all the time. People freak out. It's so much more intense than they're expecting.
Destination, your worst nightmare!
I'm a librarian all day long, so I get to be a zombie at night. It's a completely opposite experience, and it's really fun.
I like scaring people because no matter how many times you see someone get scared in the same exact way, it's exactly as funny every time.
We're gonna go inside and get scared. I'm not going in.
Unlike many houses of horror, Eastern State doesn't fall back exclusively on supernatural threats.
Keep moving!
Instead, it uses its natural environment to exploit the fear of something very real, a maximum security prison.
We open the show with an attraction called Maximum Security, and it's a real cell block built of poured concrete, 1927, and it's just so incredibly intimidating to walk into the space, and you know it's a real prison. A lot of startling things happening. We kind of try to shell shock the visitors.
You're not in Kansas anymore, Dorothy!
A new touch added to Eastern State is the Night Watch, a walk through the prison at night with only a flashlight.
You walk through Eastern State Penitentiary and you can smell just the ancient quality, the wet brick, and just this crumbling mammoth building around you. What we can do is capitalize on the environment. This incredibly creepy, dusty, ancient old building just sends people's senses spinning.
But ultimately, it's the actors that visitors remember most. A macabre cast of inmates serving their time.
Chef, you hungry? We got some fresh meat coming!
Well, we have 130 people on staff. Of that 130, about 90 people need makeup. And we have about 2 hours every night to get everyone ready. So we have a team of 8 makeup artists, including myself, who take care of everyone who has makeup needs.
Good makeup helps the performers get into the spirit of the occasion. Rubber masks are one way to go, while others prefer the natural way to look unnatural.
At the moment, I'm getting gelatin and a crunchy breakfast treat plastered to my face. Cornflakes, Rice Krispies.
I tend to be inspired by all the textures you find in the prison. There's a lot of crumbling walls and rust and peeling paint. I'm trying to kind of take a little bit of that and put it on his face, basically.
They kind of mold to my natural facial features, and I can make all sorts of snarls, nasty faces, and the makeup just goes along with it.
Heading off to their labor of love, the actors understand that this is an opportunity to exorcise their demons.
The biggest scares, believe it or not, are things that are camouflaged. You're standing in a room and you're looking around, and something that you thought was inanimate is actually a living person.
Smells like someone needs to change their pantaloons.
We're not big into the gore. We go more for startle and for suspense.
And there's actually a symbiotic relationship between the person that's scaring people and the people that are getting scared. The actor gets an adrenaline rush as well, so there's a symbiotic relationship between the two of them.
The timing of scaring someone is a lot like the timing of a joke. There's a setup and there's a punchline, and they're always the most effective if people don't realize they're being set up.
We heard that before, but we never went.
She'd never been here. I was here last year.
Yeah.
Our hardcore actors go for the big dudes, they go for the frat boy.
Incredibly, some of Eastern State's most loyal customers are former inmates who have come back to visit their old haunt.
People come back and want to see their old cell, they bring their kids.
Get out of my kitchen! Nobody likes uninvited guests!
Just the experience of history and the atmosphere around you makes it that much more interesting.
Plus, you never knew when somebody was going to jump out and scare you.
I'm here! Come on up!
She got already freaked out a couple of times.
Yeah, I got freaked out already. There's some scary guys over here.
They want a taste of danger without actually being endangered. They want to get a sense of an adventure.
We're watching you!
It makes me think about what Edgar Allan Poe said. I've never believed in ghosts, but I've been frightened of them all my life.